What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Finally, Scary Terry is back. I know you guys have missed him. These videos. I know, guys, it's been so long since we've done any scary related themes or content on the channel. I'm sorry, but you know what? We are back. Now that I'm back to making my old content, I'm honestly happier. I feel a lot better. It seems a lot of you guys are liking it as well, which, also is just a plus for me. Today, we are going to be watching some scary horror story animations. I've seen a lot of YouTubers reacting to these types of stories, and honestly, they seem really cool. I should have started doing this in October during Halloween, so I'm sorry I'm late. Literally, I'm giving you horror-related content when it's about to be Christmas, okay? I'm sorry. So today we're going to be checking out a few videos from a channel called Llama Arts, and they make horror animations. The first video we're going to be watching is College Horror Story Animated. How many of you guys are in college? Yes, no, maybe so? Okay, let's begin.
It was an early morning. My campus didn't offer housing and I lived about a half a mile from school, so I started my journey as usual while playing on my phone. I glanced up to see an old man heading towards me on a bicycle. Normally, I'd step aside to let bikers and skaters pass, but he braked instead.
Why does that guy look so creepy? Like, oh my goodness. If I saw an old man came out of a coffin looking like that with those yellow eyes, and I don't know why he's wearing a suit, and why is he on a bike? I mean, nothing wrong with old people riding bikes. Good for them. It's good for their health. But an old guy in a tuxedo on a bike riding towards me, yeah, I'd be scared too.
I stopped too, wondering if there was something wrong. He walked up to me and said,
"Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you."
Then why are you walking close to
I
me?
felt chills instantly. I didn't know what to think. I just looked up at him with a fearful and confused expression. I was gathering up the courage to tell him that I was late for class and I should go.
His eyes got really big.
Before I could say anything, he said,
"Get off the grass."
Okay, anybody else reminded of Gran Torino when Clint Eastwood says, "Get off my lawn"? Anybody? That's literally what this old man is right now. By the way, I'm sorry about my hat and the rings. They keep making noise. I read in a comment on my last video, one of you guys asked me, "Terry, have you showered yet?" Because I've been wearing the same hat like in the last several videos. So you know what? Funk you, okay? I changed my hat. I just figured, we're bringing back the old content. I wanted to wear a snapback for a little bit, okay? Sue me.
Looking down, I noticed I'd stepped over towards the road and onto the grass. I stepped off slowly and he said,
"You wouldn't want to step on any bugs or get your shoes dirty now, would you?"
He raised his finger and asked me what my name was.
Yo, that's his finger? That looks sharp AF. It looks like he's about to stab him. Look at that finger. Looks like he took a nail file and just sharpened that thing down real good. Hey, wait a minute. He only has 4 fingers. I just noticed that. Oh, the other guy only has 4 fingers too. Hey, they all only have 4 fingers on each hand. I wonder how many toes they have.
He raised his finger and asked me what my name was. I told him, and he replied,
"Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you."
Why would you tell him your actual name? If it was me, I wouldn't still be talking to him. I would have skadooshed out of there a long time ago. I would have taken the dude's bike and just, see ya. My bike now. No, I wouldn't actually do that. I don't encourage you guys to steal, elderly people's bikes. Please don't do that. Don't tell anyone I said that.
The same chills ran through my body again, but before I could say anything, the man said,
"Get off the grass. You wouldn't want to step on any bugs or get your shoes dirty now, would you?"
What?
I looked down to see that I was back on the edge of the sidewalk again.
What?
This had to be deja vu. He asked for my name once more. I said my name again, but he interrupted me before I could finish. He told me his grandchildren are down the road and needed gas money. I told him I didn't have any spare change or any change at all for that matter. He continued to ask me again and I gave him the same answer. Eventually, I headed towards my school. I turned to see if he was still there, but he was gone. As I was walking, I approached the intersection. There was a truck on its side.
Oh.
It must have tipped over while turning the corner.
Oh, no. He was... Oh, snapola. He was actually dead. Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, what the frick? Okay. Well, it is by It is by
If you wanna
Llama
help
Arts. I forgot the YouTube channel is called Llama Arts. That's probably why a bunch of llamas just popped out. That was kind of funny. Support him. Go check him out. Link down below. Okay, that one wasn't too bad. It wasn't scary during the actual story. It was just kind of like, hey, what the heck's going on here? The scary part was at the end, and you realize that this old man actually is dead, and he got hit by the truck. And that explains why he looked and appeared dead. You know, like I said, he looked like he came out of a coffin. Well, I guess we got our answer. Now, these stories, I'm not sure if they're supposed to be true or just horror stories, period, that people can just submit. Regardless, I think they're interesting, I think they're fun, and let's move on to the next one. Everybody got their bottle of popcorn? Yeah, I forgot to say that earlier. Next up, The Bridge. Buy a llama plushie today at crowdmade.com/llamaarts. This video is sponsored by me. Him.
So this story takes place when I was about 16 years old. At my school, I played for the volleyball team, and every year we would go to a camp and do volunteer work for this guy.
That's nice.
The camp was...
I like how he says, we do volunteer work for this guy. We don't know anything about this guy. He's just a guy. We know nothing about him, but we're volunteering for him. That's a little bit of a red flag right there.
The camp was in the middle of nowhere. When we got to the camp, we immediately started to work until 8 p.m. This was around October, so it was already dark at 8. My two friends and I were sitting around the fire, trying to figure out something we could do so we weren't so bored. We heard that there was a small river down the hill from the camp, and we thought we could check it out. The problem was,
why would you do that?
It was some guy's property.
What's so interesting about a river?
Told us to not disturb him since the guy was a little strange. We weren't really supposed to leave the camp, but being 16 years old, we loved breaking the rules.
Yeah, being 16 years old, more like you loved being stupid. Come on, guys, you're like in the middle of nowhere. You took a bus to get there. You're working for a guy. You don't even know who he is or what he is. I mean, what are you guys doing? You're out there raking leaves, and why'd you volunteer for this again? What did they say? Yeah, I just went back and checked. He just said that they did volunteer work. I don't know why. All I know is I would never, and I don't encourage you to do volunteer work for a guy out in the middle of the boonies.
We loved breaking the rules. We walked about 10 minutes from the camp and finally reached the river. It was bigger than we expected, and there was a large wooden bridge that crossed it.
Why does the river just like stop right here?
It was big enough to let a truck go over it.
Just me? Anyone?
My two friends and I decided to go under the bridge and check it out. As we were walking by the shoreline, we saw two headlights off in the distance moving towards the bridge, so we bolted underneath it and hid. We then heard the truck roll over our heads into the other side.
It's probably that creepy guy.
My friends and I chilled there for a while, just talking and throwing rocks in the water. It was about 8:30 at this time, and now it was pretty much pitch black.
Wait, so a guy just drove by in a truck, they hid under the bridge, and they just stayed there? Well, I hope they made sure to check that the guy in the truck had left, because if not... By the way, this bridge looks like it's being held together with just literally like one piece of string. Doesn't look that safe. Just saying.
That's when we started to hear a slow rumble in the distance. The same truck had come back, and this time it was moving much slower.
That's what I was worried about.
We stayed put under the bridge, stifling our laughter.
Get out of the way.
Eventually, the truck moved over the bridge, but rather than going over to the other side, the truck stopped right on top of us.
Oh.
The only thing you could hear was the rushing water and the hum of the engine. Then, the door of the truck swung open, and out came a loud thump on top of the bridge. Then we heard a loud scream saying,
"I know you're out there! I'm gonna find you!"
I looked at my friends and they were both shaking in fear. This must have been the crazy property owner.
He's chasing.
He seemed pissed that we were on his land.
Oh,
he started screaming and saying he was gonna hurt us if he finds us. We could see that he had a flashlight and he was swinging it around looking for us. We heard loud thumps as he walked around a little bit, calling out for us, and thank God he never went under the bridge.
At first, when they said that the guy was screaming, he got out of the car, and he said, "I know you're out there," I thought like he was chasing somebody, like a victim or something that he was trying to murder and they had escaped, and he was saying, "I know you're out there." But he was actually, I guess, talking to the three guys. Okay, well... That's a relief. He's not talking about some victim that he was about to murder. He's talking about us. Oh, much better.
He heard loud thumps as he walked around a little bit, calling out for us, and thank God he never went under the bridge.
Really?
Eventually,
He's
it went
dumb.
silent, and it sounded as if he went back into his truck. I was too terrified to move. We sat there for about 10 minutes, And then my one friend, who we'll call Trevor, whispered in my ear, saying that we have to go.
Yeah, you know his name's not
I
really
gave
Trevor.
him a quick nod, and in slow motion, we moved out from under the bridge. We started to army crawl on the shoreline of the river, and I remember looking behind me to see the top of the bridge.
Just a side note, where exactly are they staying? I mean, they've been out so late. Aren't they supposed to have returned home by now or wherever they're supposed to be staying and like check in with somebody? So surely somebody's gonna be looking for them, hopefully.
I remember looking behind me to see the top of the bridge. I saw a white Ford F-150. In the driver's seat was the man, staring right at me
Oh,
with
gosh.
a sinister smile, and he even gave me a little wave.
Nope, no,
That
put those
moment,
three
I
fingers down.
screamed and ran. My friends saw me run and took off after me. I could hear screaming from behind us.
Guys, you can run
I
faster
took
than
a
that,
quick
come on.
glance behind me and saw that he was chasing after us, and I couldn't
Oh.
quite make out the object in his hand, but it seemed to be a weapon of some sort.
Oh,
We
no.
ran into the forest and ducked behind a bush. It was pitch black in the forest, and we couldn't hear a thing.
Seriously, like, if this is a true story, this is freaking horrifying. Whether it was a knife or just another object, like, it's an object that he's probably planning to use on you. So that is just horrifying. And I would just be really scared if I was in that situation.
We sat there for a while, just shaking. The man never walked by us, and we never heard him. After we gathered our courage, we got up and walked back to camp, got into our tents, and tried to fall asleep.
Wait, they're just staying in a couple of camps? And they have a campfire burning so it makes them easier to find? Well, they're dead. I know how this story ends. Guys, we can move on to the next one. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how it ends. I don't know if they were actually staying in tents or if the fire was on or if it was just llama arts. The way he animated it, we don't know. But still, like, I'm so curious. Like, are these guys just staying, like, unattended with any adult supervision in just a couple of tents in the middle of nowhere with a crazy guy that everybody knows about? Nope. Count me out. Community service, pass. Just lock me up. I'd rather do the time.
Next morning, we talked to the camp owner about the man that owned the property of the river. The camp owner said that he didn't know much about the man, but he knows that he has some mental problems and he'd been accused of assault. I am so happy that we were able to escape from underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what would have happened if he caught us.
Dang. Well, that is the end of that story. All right, that one was a little bit more like on edge of your seat kind of story, but you know what? I'm hanging in there. You know, still not too bad. I'm doing okay. How about you guys? You still holding up? Are you guys under the blanket yet? Well, get out right now, okay? I'm talking to you. Yeah, get out, you little punk. Who do you think you are? Oh, you got a stuffed animal too? Yeah, that's cute. Throw that thing away. Okay, this next story is called A Disturbing True Snapchat Story, Part 2. Oh, there's a Part 1. We'll have to check that out next time. Do any of you guys still use Snapchat? I have Snapchat, but I like almost never open it. I don't see the point when there's Instagram story and everything. I don't know. If you guys want me to return to Snapchat, let me know. Maybe I'll start updating again. A Disturbing True Snapchat Story, Part 2. Oh, that's creepy.
This is a short but terrifying story of something that happened when I was Snapchatting a friend. I'm pretty young. I'm only 13,
That's why you don't Snapchat.
still in middle school.
You're only 13, but you're voiced by that guy? Sure, pal.
A girl I really liked had just recently started snapping me selfie pictures, and we started messaging each other for
A little
a
too
few
young
nights.
for that.
One night when I
Wait, what the heck? What did he just take a bite out of? That looks like a fried pickle with ketchup. And it looks like it stinks, dude. Look at that smell coming out.
and we started messaging each other for a few nights. One night when I was watching TV, she sent me a snap of herself laying in her bed without a caption. I sent a message.
Wait, she's not laying in her bed. It looks like she's sitting up. Okay, maybe that was just like an animation mistake, but I don't know if it matters in the story. We'll find out.
I sent a message saying, "What's up?" She sent another identical picture, this time with a caption saying, "Not much, you?"
Wait, she sent another picture, but the identical picture? Oh, that's creepy. And then just the caption is changing? Yep, you already know something's up then.
She set the timer to 10 seconds, so it gave me plenty of time to analyze the picture, including her bedroom in the background, and the dark outline of a person standing by her window.
Oh, snap.
I quickly sent a response message saying, "Is that your brother by the window?"
Dude, just call.
She sent another identical snap, this time captioned, "What do you mean?" In this picture, the figure at the window was closer, and I could see a hand pressed up against the glass.
Wait, okay, so I guess this is like one of those stories where, you know, the main character sees something dangerous about to happen to somebody else and they're trying to warn them, but they're like too late and stuff. But if that's the case, then why is this girl taking the exact same selfie every single time? Like, does she have any other faces and poses? I mean, if she did, at least she'd be able to maybe see that the freaking Grim Reaper is behind her.
I closed the snap before the timer even ran out so I could tell her quicker. I said, "There's somebody at your window, turn around." She opened my snap almost immediately, and then I didn't hear from her again on the app. I grew more and more worried as the minutes passed.
Oh no.
I texted her a few times to no avail. I tried calling her a few times to no avail as well.
Should have called her in the first place.
I didn't know her house phone number, otherwise I would have called her parents. It wasn't until midnight, when I was already laying in bed, that she finally texted me back. She explained the whole situation. As soon as she looked at her window and saw the person standing there, she screamed. And that caused the person, who turned out to be a 20-something-year-old man, to open the window and jump into the room. From there,
snap.
she ran to her parents' room and woke her dad, who went to her room to find nothing but an open window. It wasn't exactly a personal story of mine, but it freaks me out nonetheless, knowing that the only thing that saved my friend from whatever could have happened was the fact that I was able to see the window through her selfies, unbeknownst to the creeper at her window.
Dang, okay. Wow. Well, I'm glad that that was a happy ending. I mean, most of these stories aren't like terribly, sad or like really messed up endings. So that's good. I'm really glad the girl was okay. I really thought something was up because the fact that it said she was sending identical selfies to him, that really just kind of like freaked me out, because that made me think that maybe she was already dead and whoever killed her was snapping the boy, and he was and the murderer was just like reusing the same picture that she had already taken maybe, and that would have been really creepy. But luckily she's alive and well. She just really sucks at taking pics and making different faces and poses, as well as checking her background. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about these creepy story animations and if you want to see more. As I said at the beginning of the video, thank you guys so much for all the support on the videos. It really does feel nice to get back to making the videos on a frequent basis. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Good night.